Yep. So you know about us being Israelites, right?
Yeah.
So what you know so far? Just give me a summary of some of the stuff you know.
God was black. Well, God is Israelite.
Yeah, you can come closer. I can't hear you.
God's an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
Well, Christ is an Israelite because God and Christ are two different entities, but Christ is an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then my little brother shows up now.
Go ahead, you good. We
I'm
rocking.
an Israelite by heritage.
Okay.
Basically the Bible is this history of the black man.
Can you hear him?
You can hear me?
You can speak up a little bit, yeah.
All right. But shit, I ain't trying to be screaming.
Oh no, you straight. You all good. But now you can speak up a little bit, yeah.
You want me to hold the mic?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bible is basically our history.
Okay. So what does God require of us as Israelites?
Keep the commandments.
Keep the commandments, okay? Do you know the commandments?
Not all 600. Nah.
So which ones do you know?
The 10.
The 10 commandments?
Yeah.
All right, let's get you some outside of the 10, okay? Give me Leviticus 11:7, and then give me Numbers 15 and 37. You know what I want. All right? Because, right, what happens is, right, they tell us that it's only 10 commandments, right? But they give us that whole story out of context, right? So what happens is God struck a mountain with lightning, right? He lit it on fire. And they was hearing a voice speak from that mountain, which gave us the 10 commandments. Right. And our people was like, hey, Moses, bruh, hey, he a little bit too scary for us, but you got to go deal with him on your own. And Moses went up to the mountain, and he got the rest of the commandments and brought them down to us. That's why people think that we only have 10 commandments, but they deal with that situation out of context. See what I'm saying? He gave us the 10, but then when Moses went up to the mountain and came down, he brought the rest. So it's some more out the 10, right? Give me what you got.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So you see what all the brothers got over here today?
Yeah.
They got the fringes, right?
Yeah.
So that's a commandment that God gave us, right?
Right.
Keep reading.
In the borders of their garments throughout their generations, that they put upon the fringe of the borders of a ribbon of blue.
So not only that, but on your fringes, you got to have a ribbon of blue. You see how the brother has a ribbon of blue on his? You see how the brother right here got a ribbon of blue on his? So that's another thing that has to go on your fringes when you sew them on, right? Go ahead.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring.
So these fringes are a reminder to keep the commandments, right? So when you look down at your fringes, you can be reminded that, hey, I can't do certain stuff. God said it's a no-go. You know what I mean? So not only is it a dress code, it look fly, you know what I'm saying? But it's also a spiritual meaning to it. It's to remind you that I can't be out here sinning. Okay? So fringes, that's one, right? Give me what you got. Give me Leviticus 11:7. You eat pork?
Nah.
Okay, you good. So you know about that. You stop, right?
Yeah.
You eat shrimp, crab, or lobster?
Nah.
Okay, come. So you know about that, right? Oh, praise. Give me Leviticus 18, right? Because I'm gonna show you something, right? They say that we only have to keep 10 commandments, right? But being a homosexual is a sin, right?
Correct.
But that's not in the 10 commandments. So give me that where it says a homosexual is gonna be put to death.
Where's the blood upon her?
I think it's 18. I think he has 18 or 19 and 22, right? That's dealing with fornication. Yeah, right here. Go ahead.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
See, that's outside of the 10 commandments. So what they do is right? They tell you only have to keep the 10 commandments, and then they just say forget the rest, right? That's why you can have homosexuals in the church now. See what I mean? Because if they kept this commandment, you wouldn't see no gay flags in the church.
Right.
You wouldn't see no homosexuals in the
I
church.
went to a gay preacher in the church, and I had to stop going.
All praise to the Most High. You see what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you something. What's so cold about it is, right? Not only does the person that's teaching you have to get it, but if you follow him, you got to get it. And that's what's so cold. So while you got a homosexual in here trying to teach the word of God, that's blasphemous.
Right.
That's blasphemous, right? But they only want you to reference the 10 commandments. And then they look at, they do you an even worse one, because then when Christ says that these two hang all the law, and they be like, oh no, we only got to keep 2 commandments, brother. but that's a lack of understanding. Matter of fact, go to that where it says these are the 2 greatest commandments, right?
What was that?
So I'm gonna read it for you.
Matthew 23.
It's 24. 20. Yeah, I think it's 24, like 37. And he says they asked him, "What is the greatest commandment?" Hey, Rashad. Hey, it's Matthew 24 when he says the 2 greatest commandments, right? Salakia, brother. 23. Okay, 23. 23 and 35. All right, go ahead. 23 and 35.
It says 22:36. Oh, the first greatest commandment.
Yeah, go ahead. Read it.
You want it from the top?
From the top, yeah, read the top.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 34. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, Master, which is a great commandment in the law?
So they asked Christ, what's the greatest commandment in the law, right? So watch this, go ahead.
Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
So the first one is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, right?
Right.
What's the second one?
Huh? And with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment.
What's the second?
And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
So now it says on these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets, right? So the church will tell you like, hey, we only have to keep 2 commandments, right? But see, this is what happens when you have a lack of understanding of what's going on here, right? Because now, how do you show you love God?
By keeping the commandments.
By keeping all his commandments, right? So now what is Christ doing? So you ever, okay, you know how black people speak, right? We never gonna draw it out and explain it. We're gonna give you the simple version. That's how we talk. He talks the same way. You African American, right? You consider you being from the tribe of Judah, right? We talk like that. We exaggerate and then we under exaggerate. It's the same way that Christ is talking. Instead of me being like, oh, this one law is the greatest. Nah, if you love God, you're gonna keep all his commandments.
Right.
It's simple. If you love your brother, you guess what? You're gonna keep all the commandments, right? Because guess what it says? How can you love your how can you love your brother how can you love God which you have not seen if you don't love your brother which you have seen, right? So now you understand keeping the commandments of God, right? That's loving God with all your heart and soul. And then to further it is still keeping the commandments because you have to love your brother. Because if you love your brother, you're not gonna sleep with his wife, steal from him, destroy his property, covet his house, you know what I'm saying? All these things. So it all goes back to what? The law. Love God, love your brother. And if you love God and you love your brother, you're going to keep all these commandments. Because that's the ultimate display of loving God and loving your brother. A lot of people go, oh no, that's just 2 commandments. Actually, it's telling you to keep them all. Right? So watch this, right? Go ahead.
Book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he has seen, how can he love God who he has not seen?
So if you can't love your brother who you have seen, how you going to love God who you have not seen? Hence, right? When you keep the commandments of God, right? One of the commandments is loving your brother, right? Now, for you to love your brother, you got to keep the commandments because there's commandments on how you deal with your people, right? Now, if you don't keep those commandments of loving your brother, which is the second greatest, you can't keep the first. You see how they go hand in hand?
Yeah.
He wasn't telling us nothing no different. He's telling you keep the commandments of God because that's the ultimate display of you loving God and loving your brother. We didn't display that, which is how we got here. You see what I mean? Because I guarantee you right now, right? Prime example, right? All these people out here, right? You think all these people out here worried about the well-being of their people? Hell nah. Where little baby at that's drunk? I'm trying to see what she doing after this. Come on, we all used to live in that life. I know. You know what I'm saying? But that's not loving your people. It should be, hey, these women out here that's drunk, we need to figure out a way that they make a home safe. Nobody thinking like that. You see what I'm saying? That's not loving your people. You know, your brother out here drunk, he probably ready to trip and fight somebody. Now let's get him home before you do something stupid. Nobody thinking like that. Nah, bro, you go, I'm going. Not knowing that can end up in somebody dying You know what I'm saying? Nobody's thinking like that. So, look, these 2 commandments hang on the law. You keep these 2 commandments, you keep the 10. You keep the 10, you keep the whole law. They all go hand in hand. You see what I mean? So that's what we have to come back to as a people, is keeping God's law, right? But keeping it with a perfect heart, which means you have to enjoy keeping God's commandments. You see what I'm saying? Give me 1 Kings 22. I'm about to
Brother with the dress, don't engage him.
Okay, I got you.
He got socked up by his last time.
Oh, for real?
He was on some crazy shit.
Give me 2 Chronicles 25:2, right? Because a lot of people, right? And matter of fact, I'm not even gonna put this on a lot of people because they'd be bearing false witness if I don't know, right? But we have to keep the commandments with a perfect heart. Because there's such thing as doing it, but are you making it a burden for yourself? Or are you doing this because you genuinely want to serve the Lord, right? The reason why you ever seen a scripture where it says David is a man after the Most High's own heart?
Yeah.
It's because David did it and he enjoyed it and he thrived and he loved doing it. Everything in his life he did, he acknowledged it's just gonna make the Most High happy. That's how we gotta be. We can't be like, oh, I'm just keeping it because God said so and he gonna kill me. Nah, because he even told us, because you didn't keep my commandments with joyfulness of heart. Now you gotta serve your enemies, right? So bring that out, go ahead. 2 Chronicles 25:2. Chronicles, yeah. 25:2.
Book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 25, verse 2. And he that is,
Start from the top.
verse 1, Amaziah was 25 years old when he began to reign.
So this is one of the kings of Judah, right? It says he was 25 years old when he started to reign, right? Read.
And he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jehoaddam of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord.
So it says he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord. So that means he did keep the commandments, right? But what?
But not with a perfect heart.
So he didn't keep them with a perfect heart, which means he made it a burden unto himself. He did it with an expectation of getting something in return. You're supposed to do it to just do it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You have keeping the commandments. They can't just be a burden. They can't just be, oh, I'm doing this so God won't kill me. Yes, fear the Lord. But you also have to love obeying the Lord. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the difference. So now when you saying, oh, I'm an Israelite, I keep the commandments. I love that I'm an Israelite and I love that I get to keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what that does? That separates you from these people. And God called you to be separate from these people. It's the reason you know the truth. It's the reason you sitting here talking to me right now. You know what I'm saying? So this is ultimately what we have to do. We got to keep the commandments, keep them with a perfect heart, keep them with joyfulness of heart. You know what I'm saying? Because if we ever really look at it, right? When you keep the commandments, God is really looking out for you. Let me show you why, right? We come from a whole nation of warriors, right? So we all have a high perplexity for war. So it's best that we keep it cordial with each other. Because if we start going to war with each other, it's going to be bad. We see that now. That's why you got 15-year-olds with switches. You see what I'm saying? That's why they're going against the elders and they're killing them. That's why, you from Oakland?
Yeah.
How bad is it out here?
Pretty bad.
There you go. It's even worse in Chicago. And guess what? It ain't nothing but Black, Hispanic, and Native American people killing each other. Because we already have that high perplexity for violence. But guess what? If we came together and we use that on the enemy, we'd probably be free right now. You see what I mean? That's the difference. So we have to start keeping the commandments. And keeping the commandments is looking out for you.
Right.
Because guess what? If a man catch you sleeping with his wife, he blinks out of the blind rage and kill you. He's justified. Don't put yourself in that predicament. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of keeping these commandments, is to look out, is to govern you so you can live a good life. You see what I'm saying? So now, right? Next time I see you, what you gotta have on?
Fringes.
There you go, my brother. All right? You can go on Etsy and get you some fringes. They got all kind of shirts.
What was that? What's
Etsy, ETSY, right? That's where I get the majority of my shirts from, right? Go on there, buy you some shirts, start rocking your fringes. Don't get caught out here without your armor on, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Then you work your way up from there. You know you can't eat abominable foods, so you get on that thing. You know you can't shave your beard. Keep your beard on. You know what I'm saying? So now what we gonna do now is we work our way up. And as we work our way up and we get built up in the spirit, there's gonna come a time where you're gonna be like, you know what, I gotta go teach this to my people. And that's where I wanna see you at next.
Right.
All right? I'm about to stop, bro. It's nice meeting you. All right? All right. And with that, I give all glory, honor, and praises to the Most High God Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Shalom.
Shalom.